Hello, I'm Shnelia from HE19, and today I will be presenting on the current issues of e-commerce throughout the year 2021. I'm pretty sure that most of us have definitely heard of the term e-commerce before, but the question is, does everyone truly know what exactly e-commerce is all about? So let's move on to what e-commerce are. Well, it is in short of electronic commerce, and in simple terms, it means running an online business. It refers to the selling and purchasing of goods and services over the internet where the exchange of money and data takes place through protected connection in order to execute a transaction. Today, questions about e-commerce usually center around which channels are best to execute business online. Well, there are tons of how e-commerce may cover, and let's break down into parts by parts. Let's start on the history of e-commerce, where it goes all the way back to the early 1990s. The e-commerce phenomenon kicked off in 1991 when the online world became more recognizable. It took some time but was open for commercial use sooner than expected. Since then, many businesses took up their residence over the World Wide Web. As soon as the common man became familiar with the internet by 1994, e-commerce became popular. Security protocols like DSL and HTTPs nearly took around 4 years to effectively develop in order to allow a quick, persistent connection to the internet. During the year 2000, many businesses from the US and Western Europe went online to sell their products and services. This was the time when the meaning of e-commerce changed. Many retailers saw the benefits of e-commerce and began to optimize their websites in order to expand their business online. By the end of 2001, business-to-business B2B model became the most effective domain of e-commerce as it made roughly $700 billion in revenue. Since then, e-commerce has seen an unprecedented growth as online sales continued to rise. If we speak about the growth of e-commerce in the last decade, according to Google Trends, it has remained steady with nominal fluctuation since 2008 until 2015 or 2016. However, the trend of e-commerce began to grow with a promising incline since 2016 to 2017, and since then, more and more businesses began to create their online presence in order to grow in today's digital landscape. Today, e-commerce for people is a process of purchasing goods and services over the internet by using an electronic payment service through protected connection. The best-selling products are emerging from categories like music, books, computers, office supplies, and consumer electronics. There are 4 primary types of e-commerce business models. All of them are classified based on the nature of the transaction. Firstly is the business-to-business B2B e-commerce, where it refers to trading goods or services from one business to the other. The B2B model promotes online businesses to interchange goods with each other. For instance, a manufacturer sells his goods to a wholesaler who then sells it to the retailer. In this scenario, the manufacturer and the wholesaler are following the B2B model. Next is the business-to-consumer B2C e-commerce, where the models work as the name suggests. In the B2C e-commerce model, a business sells the goods or services directly to the individual customer online. In the aforementioned example, the retailer following the B2C model as he is purchasing from the wholesaler in bulk, but selling the goods online to individual customers. With the help of the B2C model, the customers can view and purchase the desired products from the retailer's online store. Once the online retailer receives an order, he processes the order and then sends the good directly to the customer. For instance, Amazon is an excellent example of B2C e-commerce model as they sell individual goods to individual customers. There are many B2C companies have taken the market by storm, such as Expedia, IKEA, and Netflix. Another e-commerce business model is the C2C model, which is consumer-to-consumer C2C e-commerce. It allows the customer to sell the goods or services to other customers with the help of the internet. It makes perfect sense in today's digital landscape. In simpler terms, this is mobile e-commerce. The C2C e-commerce model allows an individual to sell their assets online, for example, a car, a house, or a bike to other individuals. The seller can publish an ad containing all the product's details. Interested customers can view the details of the product and contact the seller to pursue the transaction. eBay is a great example of the C2C e-commerce model that is running successfully. Lastly is the consumer-to-business C2B e-commerce. These interesting e-commerce models allow an individual customer to sell goods and services to a business. It follows the reverse path of the B2C model where businesses create products and services for the end user. The C2B e-commerce model allows individual customers to sell goods or services to businesses that are willing to purchase from them. For instance, if you are a software architect, then you can showcase your skill set to potential businesses on platforms like Upwork. If the businesses is enticed by your software skills, then they will purchase the software from you and might as well hire you for future services. Let's move on to Malaysia e-commerce sector, where it is seen growing with consumer beginning to warm up to the idea of technology-enabled payment system, from traditional internet banking to mobile financing. Consumer purchasing habits are evolving, supported by the Malaysian government National E-commerce Strategic Roadmap, which seeks to promote growth in online retail and attract investment in the sector from global players. Malaysia's e-commerce market is quickly becoming one of the largest in Southeast Asia. Its growth is outpacing that of traditional established market in the region. This was apparent even before the impacts of the pandemic, where Malaysia's business-to-consumer e-commerce value increased 39% in 2019 alone. This growth in e-commerce has been coupled with the growing consumer preference for online shopping and availability of customized payment options in recent years. Malaysia's e-commerce started in 2004 with the launch of eBay Malaysia. This was followed by lelong.com.my in 2007, a C2C platform that attracts more than 9.56 million visitors per month. The current state of Malaysia e-commerce market started taking shape in 2012 when two major players, Lazada and Zalora, launched their Malaysian operation, followed by Shopee in 2015. Fast forward to 2020, Malaysia e-commerce market is worth $4.3 billion and is expected to double to $8.1 billion by the year 2024. Malaysia is now catching up to bring its e-commerce infrastructure, including product availability, payments, and regulatory requirements in line with more established online shopping markets. However, what is most encouraging is the Malaysian government recognizing this rise in e-commerce as a tool of inclusiveness and has announced support for empowering local micro, small and medium enterprises (MSMEs). This is predicted to further drive the e-commerce in Malaysia. The Malaysian government has been proactive with these concerns through digital campaigns like Buy Malaysia and #SayaDigital to encourage local demand and empower Malaysians to surge the country towards a digital transition. The rise in social media. The lines between social media and e-commerce are increasingly blurring thanks to several native shopping initiatives by Facebook and Instagram. Besides, social media serve as a great discovery and post-purchase platform for e-commerce businesses. As of 2019, Malaysia had 25 million active social media users, which accounts for 78% of the total population. This digitally savvy, upward mobile segment presents a massive potential customer base for e-commerce businesses. Next is mobile-first audience. Consumers in Malaysia have been quick to adapt to mobile commerce, and 80% of smartphone users now use their devices to shop online. Mobile e-commerce transactions in the region are expected to reach $5.6 billion by 2021. Within the mobile category, apps are the most preferred e-commerce channel and used for 64% of transactions. Moving on to affinity towards discount, a report by PayPal found that Malaysians prefer online shopping primarily to save time, and 90% of Malaysians expect their purchase to be delivered within a week. The second biggest factor that attracts consumers to shop online are cheaper prices. This could likely be driven by a rising middle class who face comparatively high taxes and stagnating wages. This also explains why e-commerce events in Malaysia like 11.11 and 12.12 that offer higher discount as high as 90% drive the highest sales in the home and living, fashion, health and beauty, accessories, mother and baby categories. Lastly, competition between regional and international retailers. The Malaysian branches of two online shopping platforms based in Singapore, Lazada and Shopee, are the leading websites in shopping traffic, and both have close to 20 million visitors per month. Even as these two leaders expand their product offerings and services, other regional players such as Indonesia's Bulk as Indonesia's Bukalapak and Chinese players such as Taobao and AliExpress are increasing their presence on the peninsula. The top 5 e-commerce players in Malaysia are all aggregators of various service providers, reflecting the fact that consumers prefer online stores and platforms that allow them to shop for a range of products. Meanwhile, sites such as mudah.com that cater only to specific product categories tend to attract less traffic. The top e-commerce platforms in Malaysia are B2C sites including Lazada, Presto Mall, Shopee, Lelong, Zalora, eBay, and Taobao. They offer products across a range of categories including electronics, fashion, food and grocery, home and living, travel, retail, property, and lifestyle. The sites typically offer daily deals and interactive memberships to increase client and engagement and cross-border transaction. Lazada is a Southeast Asian marketplace started by Rocket Internet in 2012 and now owned by Alibaba Group. In 2014, Lazada Group operated sites in multiple countries including Malaysia, Indonesia, Vietnam, the Philippines, and Thailand. It had raised approximately $647 million over several investment rounds from its investors including Tesco and Temasek Holdings. Its sites launched in March 2012 with a business model of selling inventory to customers from its own warehouses. In 2013, it added a marketplace model that allowed third-party retailers to sell their own products through Lazada sites. In April 2016, Alibaba Group brought a controlling stake in Lazada to support Alibaba's international expansion plans. In August 2018, Lazada became the largest e-commerce operator in Southeast Asia based on average monthly website visits. Next, Shopee is a Singaporean e-commerce platform established by the C Group, previously known as Garena, which was founded in 2009. Shopee launched in Singapore in 2015 and has expanded its reach to Malaysia, Thailand, Taiwan, Indonesia, Vietnam, and the Philippines. In terms of its business model, Shopee started as primarily a C2C marketplace but has since transformed into a C2C and B2C hybrid model. To differentiate itself from other e-commerce platforms, Shopee offers online shopping security through its own service called Shopee Guarantee, where it withholds payment to sellers until buyers have received their orders. In terms of delivery efficiency, Shopee partners with over 70 courier service providers, including Ninja Van, Post Malaysia, and Post Indonesia, across its market to provide logistical support for its users. As of 2019, the platform recorded 200 million downloads and gross order increased by 92.7% to 246.3 million ringgit in Q2 2019 compared to 127.8 million ringgit a year ago. We may have seen lots of rising trends in the e-commerce era, but there are also challenges that were faced by e-commerces. Firstly, is facing increased competition. Well, you're not the only one noticing a big uptick in e-commerce sales. Many business owners and aspiring business owners are taking note. But while new stores are cropping up every day, there are still opportunities to have a competitive edge. Unless you're selling something truly unique, chances are you have some competitors out there. The key is to figure out how to differentiate your brand from the competition. What value proposition do your products offer that are different from others on the market? Or, if your products are similar to others, how can you make your brand or customers' experience superior? Ultimately, you just need to give customers a reason not only to buy from you over other similar offerings, but also to be so satisfied with the products, brand, and experience that they both purchase again and also convince others to do the same. Next is needing to fulfill orders in timely fashion. A successful shipping and fulfillment strategy is imperative to an e-commerce business. After all, the experience doesn't stop after the customer checks out, and in fact, a poor delivery experience can stick in the memories with shoppers. In fact, 87% of consumers say the shipping and delivery experience directly impacts their decision to shop with the merchant again. Additionally, when it comes to having a positive experience with shipping, 63% say it needs to be fast and 66% require a free option. What you sell and your overall business model will inform your fulfillment strategy. If you dropship products, you will likely have a more hands-off approach and shipping will be handled by a third party. All businesses can potentially leverage a third-party shipping solution to handle fulfillment. This can help them limit the number of shipping zones a product has to travel through by keeping them at multiple warehouse locations, which can shorten shipping times. Maintaining customer loyalty can be quite handful as well. The best kind of customers are happy customers. Happy customers return to buy more. Particularly, happy customers may even spread the word to their friends. However, building and maintaining customers' loyalty can be a challenge, especially in an era when so many options are at consumers' fingertips. Of course, some aspect of customers' retention will likely be based on your actual products. However, there are also things you can do to improve the customer experience. Providing good customer service helps to build trust in your brand. As much as 95% of consumers says that customer service is important for brand loyalty, and not forgetting that the positive customer service and experience doesn't stop after checkout. One survey found that 96% of consumers will go back to companies who make returns and exchanges as seamless as possible. Part of maintaining customer loyalty and building trust in your brand is to provide a simple and straightforward return or refund policy. Businesses need to partner with cutting-edge companies to bring their idea to life in today's e-commerce world. Partners must work together on both the technology and the processes while emphasizing trust, transparency, and communication. Alignment with modern software technologies like digital agility and discussing project expectation can help business owners choose the right technology partner. There's a lot of new things happening in e-commerce. Technology and people are always evolving, and since e-commerce brings it all together, we are always going to be looking forward to the future. One thing is for sure is that it's never too late to jump right in, learn something new, and evaluate if it's right for your business. For now, consumers are in the driver's seats and e-commerce businesses will be customizing the journey ahead for them.